Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Michaela Spires. I'm the course director for the Bachelor of Commerce. Welcome to the Bachelor of Commerce Open Day presentation here at Deakin University. It's great to have you here. While we're going through the presentation, if you've got any questions, please post them in the chat box. We've got staff and students available to answer them for you. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll open it up to further questions. Before I start the presentation, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which our Deakin University campuses reside. The Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nation, on whose land our Geelong campuses are located. The Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, on whose land our Burwood campus is located. And the Gunditjmara people, on whose land our Warrnambool campus is located. So today I'm going to give you an overview of the Bachelor of Commerce. I'm going to talk to you about why start to study commerce at Deakin, the opportunities available to you while you're studying, as well as the opportunities that are available to you when you finish and when you graduate, how to apply, the different pathways, and where to from here. So before I start to talk about the Deakin Bachelor of Commerce, we need to talk about Deakin as a whole. Because when you choose to study at Deakin, you become part of two very special communities. You become part of the Deakin community, and Deakin is the #1 ranked university in Victoria for student satisfaction. And you become part of the Deakin Business School. And Deakin Business School is in the top 1% of business schools globally. We take your decision to study at Deakin very seriously, and we take your decision to study a Bachelor of Commerce with us very seriously, because we know that it's a big decision. And so students are at centre of what we do. And when we design the Bachelor of Commerce, we do so with the input of graduate employers to ensure that the graduates from the Bachelor of Commerce will become the leaders of the future, that they will have the opportunities available to them to do what they want, when they want, and go where they want to go. And so that's a big part of what we do. And so we know that as graduates, you will no longer have one career for the rest of your life. You won't take a job, start in that job, and work your way up in a linear career process. Instead, you'll have what we know is a portfolio of careers. So you'll likely change 17 different employers across 5 different careers over the course of your employment lifetime. And so with that in mind, that is how we developed the Bachelor of Commerce at Deakin. We developed it around 3 pillars: the pillar of knowledge, the pillar of experience, and the pillar of skills. Because we know that just having a university degree and a bit of part-time employment won't lead to your great dream career. That in fact, if you want to get to a dream career, you need to have a university degree, which is where you build your technical knowledge. You need to have some employment to start building your experiences, but you also need to have work integrated learning experiences to further develop those professional experiences, as well as a broad range of other experience such as travel, volunteer, extracurricular, in order to develop your skills, to make you flexible, resilient, adaptable, and curious graduates, because that is what a Deakin graduate is. And that is why graduate employers always ask us for graduates and for more graduates. So how do we do this? We do it through the structure of our Bachelor of Commerce degree. So the Bachelor of Commerce degree is structured on an 8x8x8 basis. So in your first year, you do 8 core foundation units. So you get an opportunity to experience each of the different commerce disciplines. You look at accounting, marketing, finance, law, economics, business analytics, management, as well as professional insights. So professional insights is a unique unit because it's an employability unit. So work integrated learning foundation unit. And so you're focusing on your employability from the first year. In order to be able to build those knowledge, skills, and experiences that I just spoke about. So with that focus on employability, we're opening up those work integrated learning experiences to you. And so then when you move into second year, you choose a major, and then you can choose either another major, you can choose to do 2 minors, You can choose to do a minor or elective. And what we encourage you to do is a minor in professional practice, which is work integrated learning. So that along with your major and minor, that you're starting to build those work integrated learning experiences that are so important. And that's really important for two reasons. One, it gets you to experience the workplace, to see, is this what I really want to do? And if it's not, you can maybe choose a different work integrated learning unit in a different area to see if that more fits your needs. And two, it's really important because you're developing the skills that you need. So if you know what you want to do, then you're developing skills in that area to make you more employable on graduation. In terms of our majors, we have 9 different majors. So we have majors in management. So if you're interested in managing change, innovation and technology, globalization, service quality, that might be the major for you. We have majors in accounting, and accountants are information specialists. They provide information to organizations in order for them to be able to make decisions. We have majors in financial planning. So financial planners specialize in certain financial areas such as wealth management and estate management. We have majors in marketing. Marketing is all about the customer journey and building customer relationships. So building value for an organisation and for customers. We have economics majors for those that are interested in strategy and policy making and research. We have finance majors. So finance is all about decision making. Do I buy? Do I sell? Do I invest? So they need to analyse the different financial aspects of organisations. We have management information systems majors. So are you interested in information systems and data? So big data is a really key part of business decision making these days. So it's how you use data in order to make business decisions. We have human resource management majors. So people management is one of the fastest growing fields of professional employment. How do you manage people? This includes recruitment, selection, training, development. And then we have a major in food and agribusiness. So are you interested in the food supply chain? How do we get food from the production level right to the final level where you buy it in the supermarkets and in the shops? And that has a focus on sustainability. How do we ensure that our supply chains for food are sustainable for the future? And all of those majors lead to a whole lot of different careers. So for example, are you interested in social media and social media marketing? Are you interested in working in banks or stockbroking? Are you interested in working in a rural location and looking at supply chains? So there's a whole heaps of different careers that a Bachelor of Commerce can lead to. And within that, those different majors are accredited. So depending on your major, you can, when you graduate, apply to different professional bodies for membership. And a lot of those bodies also have student memberships that we recommend that you join while you're at university. So as I mentioned, a big part of our commerce degree is work integrated learning. It's about being ready for work and getting out there and exploring the world, because the world is a global place. And so when you do business, you need to understand the global situation. And so we have both domestic and international opportunities available to all students. And what is special about Deakin and the Deakin difference is that we have opportunities available to every student, no matter who they are. So you can find the experience that will most meet your needs. And for any student who is concerned about the financial cost, perhaps of studying overseas, we have different scholarships and loans available for students, so you don't need to worry about that. So how does it work? So on a work integrated learning front, we have 5 different areas of experience. So we have internships, which is where you go out on placement with a organisation. And those internships can be self-sourced, so you can find your own internship, or they can be sourced by us. And you can do them both domestically in Australia or overseas. And you can start them at any time once you've met the prerequisites for that unit. And they're great, as I said, because it gives you a chance to experience working in an organisation and see whether it's for you, sort of a try before you buy. And if you do really know what you want to do, it gives you that experience to help you get that graduate job. And we know this is super important because 80% of graduate jobs are filled through internship experiences. So we also have consultancy experiences. Have you wanted to understand what it's like to work as a consultant? And the pictures that you see on the screen are examples of one of our consultancy experience where students work in groups to solve real-world business problems. So we have for-profit and not-for-profit organisations come to Deakin with a business problem, and groups of students will work on that business problem together. And it might be creating an app, it might be developing a website, it might be creating a marketing plan, whatever it is that the company needs, you work on with a group to solve that problem. And again, that is both domestically and overseas. We have cultural engagement. So if you're interested in volunteering, we have a whole lot of volunteering opportunities available for students. We have industry-based learning, which is like an internship, but it's longer and more intensive. And for those students who are interested and have their own idea, we have an entrepreneurship unit. So if you've got an idea that you really want to get to market, this is the unit for you, the work integrated learning experience. So you can go out and you can work in, do hackathons, incubators, and really work on that new idea that you have. And as I mentioned, they're both domestically and overseas. So the consultancy experience, for example, can be done in Australia and you can work on a problem for a company here, or you can work on a problem overseas. And that picture in the bottom bottom right-hand corner is a consultancy experience that I took to Indonesia just in February. And we worked with Indonesia's biggest retail organisation on some really well-known household brands. And students really got to see behind the scenes on how companies launch in Indonesia, how retail works, and how to drive profitability in different businesses. And those experiences operate all over the world. And even at the moment, in a situation where we're unable to travel, those experiences are continuing. And the picture up in the top left-hand corner is an example of an experience that we've just run, and it's a global virtual world program. So students worked on problems in teams on problems in different countries. So they were in Malaysia, China, and the Uruguay and India, working on problems for companies. And they did so over the internet. And through that, they built really important skills, because that's how businesses are doing business at the moment. They can't physically be together. So we're dealing with business problems remotely. You also have the opportunity to study for a trimester overseas. So all our degrees are on trimester basis, so you can study 3 trimesters a year. And you can choose to do one of those trimesters overseas. We have different partner universities, 200 partner universities around the world. So you do your Deakin units in another university and you get to experience what it's like to live overseas. We also have student exchange and we have faculty-led programs whereby you can study a subject overseas and you do a study tour in another country. So heaps of different opportunities and lots of different, something available to all students. Okay, so that's the Bachelor of Commerce. How does it, what are the entry requirements? So the entry requirements will vary based on who you are and where you're coming from. So if you're a high school student applying through VTAC, then here are the ATARs, and the ATARs vary based on the campus that you want to study at. So we have 4 campuses: Burwood Waterfront, which is our Geelong campus, Cloud, which is our online campus, and Warrnambool. If you're not coming directly from secondary school, then we have some other entry requirements, and you can see here it depends on the pathway that you're coming from as to what they are. So it could be a certificate 4, it could be other evidence of academic capability, including maybe doing a foundation program. It could be studying at another university. We also have a whole lot of different pathways So if you're concerned that you're not going to make one of those entry requirements, don't worry, there are other ways to get into Deakin. And so you can study through a TAFE first, and then based on how you go, you can transfer. You can study at a different campus to your ideal campus at Deakin. So you notice that there were different ATARs depending on the different campuses. Or you can transfer from another course. So we often have students transfer between courses. It might be because of ATAR requirements, or it might be because they start something and then they realise their interest is somewhere else. So you can transfer between courses as well. For those students who are at secondary school, one option is to participate in the Deakin Accelerate program. So that is where you get to study a university subject as part of your VCE requirements. And there's a lot of benefits for that. It gives you a boost in your ATAR. While you're studying, you're earning university credit, so you're getting a head start on your degree. It eases your transition into university because you've already had an opportunity to experience university while you're still at secondary school. So if you're interested in those, you can go to the website that's listed on the screen, or you can ask one of the advisors, as student advisors here at Deakin. We also have students who maybe are interested in double degrees. So they've got a wide range of interests and they haven't narrowed it down yet as to where they really want to specialise. And so we've got a wide range of double degrees for those students. So you might be a student who's interested in journalism. So you're thinking about doing a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Commerce together, and you can combine your journalist interest with your commerce degree and write for newspapers in the finance sector. Or maybe you're interested in science and scientific problems, and you can take a commercial lens to those. How do we use businesses to solve some of the scientific problems of the world? Or you might be interested in nutrition science. So health and well-being, that is a really big growing industry. And so then you're putting a commercial lens onto the health and well-being industry. And again, there's different entry requirements for different double degrees. So depending on what you're interested in, the entry requirement varies. So with any of our degrees, our straight Bachelor of Commerce degree is a 3-year degree, full-time. And then if you choose to do a double degree, that will be 4 years, or in the case of the Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Laws, it's 5 years full-time. So if you're interested in any of those, please post a question in the chat box or come see one of our student advisors and they can give you more information. One of the things that I love about Deakin is the number of student services that we have available. So one of the things that I really encourage as a way of building experiences and skills is that students join clubs and societies. And we have over 120 clubs and societies at Deakin, so there is a club for everybody. And not only is it a great way of building your skills and experiences, but it's a really great way to get to know people and to make friends. We also have a Deakin Talent, which is our graduate employment division, which is an award-winning division that is available for all students, and they will help students with all things employment, recruitment, resumes, all of those sorts of things. And it's a service that as a Deakin graduate that you can continue to use once you've graduated. We also have mentor programs. So mentors are students who are further along in their studies, so towards the end of their studies. And we have some of our mentors here today, and they will help students at the beginning of their degree, help them navigate their way. We have a medical centre, we have counselling, we have student hub, and we have a whole lot of academic skills support services for students. So if there's anything you're concerned about, we have a service available to help you. And you can see here is an example of some of our study support services. So maybe you might be a little bit concerned about maths and whether your maths is up to scratch for a commerce degree. Well, we've got maths mentors to help you. And so you can see there's a Maths for Commerce portal. And so we have students who are towards the end of their degree who are available to help students at the start of their degree with their mathematical skills. Maybe your concern is around essay writing or report writing. Again, we have help there for students, or English language or referencing. You name it, there are skills here to help you and support services here to help you, whatever your concern is. So it's just a matter of asking, and there will be someone to help you with your journey. The other thing that's really important, particularly in the current environment, is Deakin's online campus. So some of you are probably interested in studying in our cloud campus. Some of you will be interested in studying on campus. But whichever way, the online environment is there for you. So even if you're a campus student, you can choose to take certain units online as a cloud student. But we also have all of our resources available for you in the cloud. And that is what's made our transition during this period of COVID-19 to the cloud so smooth. And I'll give you some examples of that. So each student, when they enroll, they get access to DeakinSync, and that's our online learning portal. So every student is given a Deakin email address, and then you get access to this page. And on this page, you have access to a whole of the student services, the links to the student services that I've just mentioned, as well as links to each of the units that you're studying. So in a commerce degree, in each trimester, you would take 4 units if you were studying full-time. So you would have 4 links or 4 tiles to your different units there available for you. And when you click on each of those units, it will take you to your cloud site. So this is Professional Insight, which you can see I'm the unit chair of this trimester. And here, everything is at your fingertips. So your access to your unit chair, which is myself, the announcements that I've made, any videos that I've posted, as well as the weekly content, and you can see that in the highlighted square up the top. The discussion boards, so when students have questions, they post them on discussion boards, and we often have 100, 200, 300 discussion posts. They get quite lively, as well as a link to your assessment drop boxes. So when you're ready to submit your assignment, you just upload it into an assessment Dropbox. And you can see here, if you click on the content link, then there's a whole lot of further drop-down boxes here. So there's your unit guide that tells you all about the unit you're studying, learning resources that tells you about each of the weekly topics, and it gives you links to the slides that you have and any resources, readings, that sort of thing. There's a link to your assessment tasks, so your assessment, any additional information that you need, your rubrics, that sort of thing, as well as a link to any recordings. So at Deakin, we call lectures classes and tutorial seminars. So there's a link to your class recordings, and if you're a cloud student, a link to the cloud classrooms. If you're a campus student, well then obviously you come on campus and you come to your classroom, although at the moment all our campus students are online, so they would also follow that link to their cloud classroom. So that's the Bachelor of Commerce at Deakin and Deakin University, and as I mentioned at the start, coming to Deakin makes you part of a really special community, and we'd love to see you on campus to see about the Deakin difference, and we'd love now to answer your questions about commerce at Deakin. So thank you very much, and please post your questions because we're ready here to answer them for you.